Now, talking about entertainment and the way it can cover youth restiveness, you get to hear about things happening in the country. You get to hear about the kidnap of over 300 people, yes, in Katsina. You get to hear also about the hashtag #EndSARS protest. You get to hear about the killing of 43 rice farmers. You get to hear about banditry. You get to hear about Boko Haram insurgents. You get to hear about so many things. Farmers headers clash. And the portion of the persons involved in this are the youths. They are restive. They are restless. Most of them are not happy. And an idle mind, they say, is a devil's workshop. And when the hunger gets so much, what else do you expect from teeming youths that don't have much to do? With me here in the studio to talk about this, I have a filmmaker, a cultural activist. He's an ambassador. Yeah, you know him already. Join me to welcome Lancelot Opioba, right? In Maswa. I think I forget that. Welcome, Lancelot.
Good morning.
Good morning. I appreciate your coming.
You look beautiful.
Oh, thank you. You look handsome too. Okay, here we are. It's like the country is plunged from one form of, you know, disturbance to the other. At first it was COVID-19, though it's still on, then to hashtag #EndSARS. You get to hear about banditry, you get to hear about insurgents, you get to hear about farmers at a clash, you get to hear about kidnapping, and the chunk of persons involved in these acts are youths. Quite disturbing, very, very disturbing. Now, what do you have to say about this development?
I'm as emotional as you are. I feel so disturbed because I'm totally involved. You see, until a casket coffin is being taken out of your own house, when you see it from afar, you usually think it's a piece of wood. That is the reality that I felt as an individual. Just recently, I planned a major movie shoot. In fact, the biggest conglomeration of stars ever to be brought to any part of Southside for a single movie production. It was at the same time the #EndSARS protest started.
Wow.
As we were rolling out of that, we heard there was prison break, that robbers were everywhere. At the same time, we heard there were youth court clashes, rival court clashes everywhere. And like a joke, all of the artists that have been paid, contracted to come to Benin were calling, "Guy, we can't come to Benin. Guy, we can't come to Benin. What are you doing about the security?" Then this parable made sense to me. I was disturbed. I was on my knees every day praying and taking the decision to call off the shoot or put it on hold was going to mean starting all over again. These guys have left their program from 10th of November will be released. Then it became clear that no meaningful development can take place in an atmosphere of rancor, insecurity, and what have you. It stared me straight on my face. So, what do? I made calls, I went to the wrote to the police commissioner, "Please, I'm bringing this number of persons." And of course, he said he had to get approval from Abuja to be able to assist because of the situation. So I sat back, said, "We're in a big mess. We are in a big mess." But I prayed, that's all that I could do, and we went on. I encouraged the artists, I said, "Oh, come. All of them came to town, and to the glory of God, the production went successfully. And I discovered everywhere we went to film, instead of the attack, the robbery, the whatever we're thinking, the whole environment they are excited. Seeing Brother Shaggy, seeing Sam Dede, seeing Zubi Michael, everywhere. Me, I was so worried. I was telling the guy, they were saying going out. Guys taking this. Then I started to reevaluate the power of entertainment. I started to reevaluate because I've never seen that. I had my fears that these guys, whenever they come into a place, were in far off by the dam, the riverside. We were at Obayangbo, all of those places that were seemed to be hot areas. But I saw that the coming of the artists brought a lot of smiles, brought a lot of reason. And I said, of the truth, any responsible government, any government that is actually serious about taming youth restiveness, be it local government, be it state government, be it constituents, councillors, they can actually begin to use the instrumentality of entertainment to realign the minds. The game is this. When these guys get somewhere, they are rushing, they want to take pictures. They want to take pictures.
Selfie, put on
Facebook.
Facebook.
Guy that is involved in a major vice on the line, in robbery or whatever, will come out to want to pose and take a picture and put it out when he knows that
he's wanted, so to speak.
Wanted, like that. So we can really use this. And I'm saying here, jokes apart, forget hate Lancelot, love him. This is a reality that government must deliberately begin to see how the business of entertainment can be pushed, creating an enabling environment for this business to strive. Bro, our camp was directly opposite ITV. Every day you see hundreds of people coming just to catch a glimpse of these notable stars. I said, this can work. And I'm telling Governor Basaki that we can begin to use entertainment far more than we have ever. All of the shows coming up, movie premiere, government can begin to deliberately take advantage. By appearance, you can reach the hearts of the youth during such events. And I say this with all sense of responsibility and facts. You can begin to, yes, our governor should, as a matter of fact, the deputy governor, all of the big men in government can begin to key into this festive period, all the social events that are happening. You can begin to reach the heart of youth using this event. Just appearing. Because it creates some level of alignment. It creates some level of, oh, this is our own. Then whatever message you want to pass, you can begin to drop it using all the mirages. The notification is coming, a Son of Mercy is running, all of them. Who said a governor of a state cannot even walk into Canada Cinema to watch a film? And people are surprised to say, what does it go to? Do you know the message that I will pass out? Who said the Speaker of the House of Assembly? Because the truth is that the little things that we think do not matter actually matter. And now looking at the economic viability, we employ during the filming of Bege over 500 Edo youths that had a one-on-one encounter with established stars that they want to be like. They played with them. And they saw the way these guys were loved. The gift, people were cooking food to bring for them. People were bringing it for them. They want to be like that. What other motivation would we be required to begin? Because what is our problem? The issue of the moral debasement of our society, the defecation upon the moral fabric of our society is hinged on the fact that there are no mentors anymore.
All right. Now, you know, a friend of mine always says this whenever I call him out to, like, you know, speak on the issues. You get to hear Wilson, all this trouble you're hearing about, just put food on the table. You're not going to hear about all this. Now, do you want to, you know, paint this picture of an entertainment putting food on the table?
That is what it's all about. Do you know how much it costs to bring a brother Shaggy on a movie set? You pay him $500,000 a day. Do you know how much it costs to bring an Iniedo on a movie set? You know how 2 to 3 million naira, you are not even going to start any negotiation. Come on. There is a phrase we were used to then. You say art for art's sake. We've grown past that. It's not art for resistance. What does that mean? Art put foods on the table. Art gives you a reputation. Art gives you an image. So today I call it culturenomics.
Culturenomics.
Culturenomics. We run major seminars and workshops. All this culturenomics is no longer art for art's sake, my brother. It's not art for resistance. Oh, I'm just an actor because I love it. No. You talking big box. You talking an acceleration. Like what we're seeing. Before now, once in a while, you see 1 or 2 productions come here to happen. But for some time now, Inaka is on set here. The Blood of Enoge came here. These are major productions.
Productions, yeah.
The Son of Mercy happened. Brigade just happened. Several others. A lot happening now. Government needs to cash in. Cash in on providing the right environment, provide the incentives to attract more movie productions, create event centers deliberately for musical shows, for comedy shows. You are talking about when government is actually serious about job creation. The first area to look, 2 major areas, agriculture and entertainment.
Agriculture and now you give an example of how you were able to pull close to 500 persons
Yes.
in a production.
Yes.
Now, by your calculation, do you think that if government should get truly involved in that entertainment industry, by your estimate, how many do you think that can be pulled out of the streets?
The least person on that set and just for a day, 2,500, 3,000.
Yes, for a day.
For just a day. 5,000, 10,000, 20,000, 50,000, as the case may be. Imagine if there's a sustained regularity of such. These guys, 2 things are happening. They are building an image for themselves. Building an image for themselves. Equally earning a living. They enjoy what they are doing. It takes them away from crime. It takes them away from vices. And also, they are making some money out of it. Government must deliberate. This is not, we don't pass playing lip service to these things. We don't pass it. How many shows, billboard, are we talking about right now? That are going to pull out thousands of persons to assemble. All of those artists coming will earn money. People will sell pure water there. People will sell minerals. Face caps will be made. T-shirts will be made. Banners will be made.
So you're talking about thousands of persons employed.
Even from just one event. The production we just begin. We did cups, we did bags, we did T-shirts, we did toys. From just one production, all their sub-sectors were affected positively. So we cannot overemphasize. I will keep shouting on about this. This is one area that we are undermined. That area can reduce likely up to about 60% of crime in our society. I I hate it when people make joke about Upper Sakoba, when these court wars and whatever was going on, people I'm inviting for a wedding. I said, don't make joke with such. These are areas that need help. People is not stigmatized. Are you telling me that every resident of Upper Sakoba are involved in crime? This is just the doings of a few, which we can truly. God at the day, okay, how many of them can actually go into farming now? The easiest. A lot of them have hidden talent they're not even aware of that we can bring it to an end. So we want talent hunts, generally funded by government, or government influences corporate organizations. Give these guys a life.
Are you now saying that governments in those states, they are not fully or totally involved in this industry? Is that what you're saying right now?
I will not categorically say that. I say we can do more.
They can do more?
We can do more.
Okay.
The job creation agency of government, do job, can do more. This is the time for the entertainment center in Edo State to come to life. This is the time for the production hub to come to life. There's no better time than this. This is the time for, because the little we have seen, the little encouragement we have seen has yielded and still yielding a whole lot. So I want to encourage the government to look deeper, create short-term benefit, look at the long-term, medium-term benefit, and the long-term benefit. During this pandemic, the most hit industry is the entertainment industry. The cinemas were run down. These people need this organization needs some kind of support from government.
Because we were worst hit in the pandemic.
They were worst hit. Right. How many concerts did we see in town? They were worst hit. Has there been any meeting between these people and government? Like the federal government tried to convocate theirs. We have not seen any result, but there was an attempt. I'm calling on the state government to call all the entertainers and look at areas of immediate support. By so doing, you are no longer helping a Lancelot. It's no longer about Maliki. It's about keying into an area that has the capacity to pull hundreds of people, thousands of people away from the labor market. And like you say, an idle mind is the devil's workshop. Pull them out of this direction and give them. There are several areas. When we talk about entertainment, people think it's all about coming to be in front of the camera or holding the microphone. No, there are auxiliary areas. Carpentry is involved, lighting is involved, electrical works involved, camera works involved, editing is involved. There are shortfalls.
So you're saying it's like a community of its own, own. All right, all right. Now, if you take a look at entertainment, some youths of the opinion that for you to really make a headway in the entertainment industry is like a rocket science, so to speak, is not easy. Some youth now term it blow. Because you heard the word blow in the entertainment industry just to make a headway.
Yeah.
That is not easy. So what can you really say about that? Because many of them have tried. According to them, they've tried the movie industry, they've tried the music industry, they've even tried the stand-up comedy industry. They said it's not that easy to make that breakthrough, what they call blow. Yeah.
When you started anticipating, when you got an idea that, oh, I have a flair for broadcasting, did it just happen overnight? It didn't. That is where institutions like the Benefit Academy, like several other academies, that gives the rudiments, give them what to expect. You don't just come up and say, oh, overnight you want to blow. No, it doesn't happen that way. And everybody got their own destiny. You may be in an area that actually that is not your area. It is the responsibility of a person or people to redirect you to where you will function. But right now, what I'm actually talking about is the mass employment potentials and possibilities in these areas. Like I just said, there are drivers, there are security personnel.
Yeah.
We have serious security challenge. when we're going to film here. There are people that can be trained in protecting of celebrities. It's a job.
It's a job.
There are carpentry, building of sets. Like this hall where can be transformed to anything you want to. It's a job. So everybody, I'm not saying everybody must be in front of the camera. Everybody must go and be a musical artist. There are auxiliary areas. There are sound recordists. There are people on set. What do? They record sound. We call them location sound recorders. And we have short force of them here. There are a lot of areas that people can be trained to give them a living first and foremost. So I'm saying the potentialities of the entertainment industry has not been utilized at all. The government need to key into the vibes that is happening right now. Several movie productions are going on that are hitting this screen, like Son of Mercy, for instance, is shot here, produced here, is in over 21 cinemas around Nigeria. That is a big one for any community that understands. So, as a matter of fact, the Ministry of Arts and Culture must have now a film unit.
I was coming to that.
Yeah.
If we take a look at Hollywood, they have their own filming sector, large expanse of land given to them to produce movie for movie production. You come down in Nigeria, they have something like that in Lagos, or somewhere around in the East, Enugu, or something of that nature. Now, what is really happening here in Benin? It's like it's not in existence in Benin. What do you think should be done to bring such into Edo State, especially in Benin City?
Beyond government, let me particularly appeal to corporate individuals, people that are blessed that this is a huge money spinner right now. We need film villages, places that are cut out for big studios like this. It's big business. You are no longer coming to do anybody a favor. That's what I say. It's no longer art for action. It's art for resistance.
Resistance.
So these are areas that are waiting for investment. Waiting for investment. And I can assure anybody that they can make back their money. When people know that, oh, when you come to Edo State, there is a one-stop shop. You have cameras, you have everything, you have studios. Even the issue of insecurity is even played down. Because once you are in an enclosed place, where you want to shoot in the river, you have it around there. Where you want forest, you get it around there. And the place is secure. You're good to go. So there's need for that. Government is trying to construct one they call the production hub around Okoromi, that area. We are waiting for it to take up. We also heard about the Edo Entertainment Center that the government is thinking about. We are begging that this second term of Governor Godwin Obaseki, he should be able to give that sector a life to breathe and to live well.
So from all you've said right now, entertainment is one of the keys to curbing youth restiveness. Massively.
I just give you an example. I said, we have here, but when this average of stars landed, everybody was running around just to get a snap of them, just to have a shot of them. They want to post it on their web. Do you know what that means? Look at it. Everybody with such evil intention or whatever, they down their hand. They are not celebrating. The next is, I'm not going to find something for me to do that. It's okay, do and this extra. And he gets a little queen from there. Life is going on. You can't beat it. You just can't beat it. It can muster the numbers, suck in the numbers, and give them a life. There needs to be some structures. There needs to be some deliberate alignment from the rulers of the land. When I say alignment, there is nothing that stops the rulers of the land from walking into some of these cinemas, movie premiere. They must not be invited. Just go and show face. The impression there will be long lasting. And the ripple effects that you can never beat it. Several others. So the youth, and look at it, what the percentage of youth in Nigeria as we speak. We call for auditioning. You are going to have over 1,000 persons coming. They all want to participate. We need scholarship to be given to some people to study specialized areas in this business. So everybody cannot just, oh, I want to be an actor, I want to be. No, there are other areas. There's editing, there are set designers, there are property men, there are drivers, location drivers, there are security men.
Even food vendors.
Yes, all in the business. So you can never underestimate the strength, the power entertainment can bring into sucking a whole lot of youth roaming the street, not doing anything, thinking of the next vice to go and commit and all of that. So that's my postulation.
All right. Well, if you just joined us, this is TMI. You can call it this morning on ITV. With me here on set is Ambassador Lancelot Bias Imaswe, and he is a filmmaker and a cultural activist, talking about ways to curb youth restiveness. It's all about the state of the nation and youth's restiveness. Speaking at length about ways whereby government and private individuals, organizations, non-governmental organizations also can even come together to mop up, the excess unemployed youths we have in the society. Lancelot, what's your advice to youths out there listening to you? Most of them have you as their mentor. What advice do you have for them? And of course, the government of Edo State.
Well, number one, let me categorically say that there is nobody that is useless. On the inside, there is something you may not even know that you possess. So you need a calm spirit to be able to harness that which is inside. So please, how do you feel when you go out to rob others, to maim, to kill? How do you still carry on as if nothing has happened? That guilt you carry all through your life, you can rechannel that energy towards the right direction. That's one. And urgently, as a matter of urgency, I'm calling on major institutions, government, corporate bodies. I will say the one that I know, and the one that I know is that entertainment has been a major plus as for fighting insecurity, curbing youth restiveness, and giving a life to people that are interested. You can never be that. So I want government to be able to put together a think tank to look deep into how we can begin to use this area. And when we say government, don't think that everybody is asking government to bring money. Sometimes it's just about creating an enabling environment. We need an Edo State Film Board, Film Commission, that whenever people are coming to town, there's an office to call that will take care of logistics, locations, seeking of permission for some areas, provision of security. Basically, that is all we require from government. Creating an enabling environment and setting up people that know what they are doing. I was watching the governor visited the Observer and said a lot of productions. We are anticipating. Yeah. We are anxious. We are waiting. We want to hope and believe that there are persons there that are giving the right advice that will actually see that intention meeting is desired intention. And getting the desired results. So for me, it's going to be a win-win thing when the area of culture, which I call culturenomics, the area of entertainment, is taken more seriously by those in authority. It's no longer thank you, we'll call you back. No, art is very serious business, multi-billion-dollar business, and I call on local government chairmen to begin to think of event centers. When you say event center, it's not just for weddings. It's not just for weddings. They need cultural centers in each local government. They need screening centers where movies can be screened. These are all areas of genuine job creation. And I feel that these guys really do not know.
Okay.
We need to encourage more cinemas, cottage cinemas, build cottage theaters. Look at here. On the 26th, India will be off stage. We need to revive the live play, live theater again. It's not just about films. These are areas that can get people engaged. These are areas that can get people even relaxing the very tense situation we find ourselves.
All right, thank you so much, Lancelot. We can just go on and on, tell you the importance and of course the impact when you talk about curbing of youth restiveness. Yes, he is a filmmaker, a cultural activist. You know him is a household name. And of course, I really appreciate you coming to TMI this beautiful morning to enlighten the youth that they can do more for themselves.
Yeah.
Well, government of the day, you've heard him. You can key into this to create employment. He mentioned two aspects, agriculture and of course entertainment. Key into it, you get to hear put food on the table. You'll not hear about all this. Once more, Lancelot, thanks so much for coming on to the show. I appreciate your comment.
Thank you, ITV, for what you guys are doing. Keep doing it. We're proud.
All right.